Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so, let's see. Music Algorithm had asked me to look into this mod, this Bronze Shine Be Gone from male and female body. Well, I'm just going to say and, even though it says slash, meaning that either one, it's going to remove it. So, my problem here is that the skin textures I'm using don't appear to have a bronze shine, so I can't tell if this mod works. And I will show you this. I tested this out with Porthos, and I'm going to call this a testing thing because I can't really show that this works. Maybe if you tell me the skin texture you're actually using that this is supposed to affect, I'm going to show you with the skin textures I have. But first, let's see. So, okay, so let's just look at the mod. Okay, it's Bronze Shine Be Gone from male and female body. It's a very small mod. It's probably just meant to change one little thing. 3.04 kilobytes. It's the original mod is by Alex Raptor, and it just removes the bronze effect. Well, I think possibly my textures already do that, and then that may be why maybe this isn't used more. I don't know. But let me show you the textures I'm using for guys and girls, so that you will know what textures I'm talking about. Like, I'm using this tempered skins for males, and it's smooth, and while the guy in this picture may look bronzy, I don't, that's probably just their skin tone. I'm going to show you Porthos, and he certainly does not have any issue with that, or at least not that I could tell. I did take a before picture, and then I took a picture with this mod turned on, so that's how I'm going to show you as well. And I can't tell any difference. Now, and for the girls, we are using my old favorite, which I've just never moved away from this. It's Beauties of Skyrim from Joe Knows. It's not the biggest or smallest, but it works well, and I've just always liked it. And it's only a texture mod, and it just does the body and face. Okay, so then that's all it does. That's all it does. And then this does the vampires, just to make sure you got everybody, taken care of, so the vampires look better. Okay, now let me show you where I have the mod turned on. I put the mod down low and turned it on down low because I don't think it would work otherwise. I think if I had this up high and then my textures came in and overrode it, I think this would not work. So I have it way down low. It's underneath all my textures. This is like the last active mod I have. I have a few other mods down here which aren't active. I'm going to do shows with them later, but we haven't got there yet. So anyway, I've got it turned on and it's here, and I'm just going to show you. Let's go into, I think Porthos will be the first one we load here. Anyway, I'm using Porthos and Hope just to show you, because the males use a different texture from the females. I'm not even sure that this mod works for me using these textures, because I can't tell any difference. Like here, if you look at Hope, just take a moment and just look at the skin and the shade of the skin. There's no, first of all, there's no bronzing that I can recognize anyway. But now take a look. I'm going to show you a picture. This is the before picture. Just bear with me. This is the before picture. Okay, I'm going to blow it up full screen. Now just look at that. I'm going to go back to the video in just a moment, but I can't tell any difference. So I'm going to go back to the game, and I can't tell any difference when I look at her there and look at her here, except that she's moving. I can't tell any difference. So I don't know if this mod was made specifically for another, for maybe to work with another skin texture that I'm just not using. I don't know. So let's load up Porthos here, and I'll show you the same thing with him. And I just can't tell a difference. It could be that you have to have a specific skin texture that actually has some bronzing. Now here, if you look at Porthos here and just look at the way he looks, his skin seems fine. I don't really see any bronzing on him anyway. Now let's go to the picture. This is the before picture, like I said. Okay. And I'm not seeing any difference, but if you just look here, this is the before picture. Get a good look. And then when I switch back over, I'm going to say that I don't see any difference. And this is the picture taken without that mod turned on. And I just don't see any difference. So I don't know what they're trying to affect or how they're trying to affect it. So I don't know if it was made for a specific texture, skin texture in mind. You know, maybe there's some skin texture out there that is a more bronzy skin texture, but I don't know. There's so many skin textures. And the mod itself doesn't really say that it's, oh, sorry, I hit the wrong thing. It doesn't really say that it's for a specific skin texture. It just makes it sound like it would always work, but I can't tell any difference. And it may, it just probably depends on the textures you're using. You know, if you're not using a bronzy skin, then you won't see that. And I can do a search for bronze skin, but when I did that, I didn't really see anything that made me think. You know. Anyway, let's do the lookup again. Say bronze shine. Maybe we should do bronze skin. You know what? I want to show you the mod though. See, I don't really know what it was made for. What did they have in mind? Anyway, I don't know. Maybe they had in mind a different skin. There are some different skin textures. I mean, does this have? Do some of these have a texture that has that? This is a skin thing. Let's see. This added no bronze shine skin. So actually, this one. If you're using, what kind of skin is this? Real SG. If you're using that skin, maybe that's what you're supposed to do, is actually use this mod. What's this? This is fair mature, and this added no bronze shine skin as well. Alright, so maybe it's just a problem with these two skin things. The real SG skin. And I don't know, what is this? Real SG, what do they have they have a demoniac, high quality glossy texture. Okay, so maybe that's it. Maybe it's if you have one of these glossy texture things. I don't ever do the glossy stuff. Let's see, glossy. Let's see if this is similar. Yeah, this is similar. Glossy. Let's see what we get for glossy. We probably get a lot of stuff because there's probably some people really like the shine. I really didn't care anything for it, so I never did that. Is this a good choice or is this a bad wording choice? This might be a bad search. No, there you go. Well, they do have these and they have this. This is high gloss. This is Morgan Helsing's. I'm sure it's not too big. Let's see, that's a specular. That's another gloss. Well, she did several of these. This is a sweat gloss. I've just never gotten into all this. Oh, that's CBBE, and this is UNP, okay. And then this is UNP. What's the difference? I don't know. And that's C. Do these not seem the same? Demonic, high glossy, female body texture. High glossy, female body. That's sweat. Oh, this is no sweat. Okay. Now here's the. Are you using this texture? I'm not using the CBBE body myself. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's supposed to be used with this texture. I'm not using that body. But I wonder if it would work with any of these, since these are glossy. I don't know, it might even work with that. You know, I did a whole show on this. Alright, so hold on. I'm gonna use some editing. I'm gonna go try this out. I don't really have a version of this for the guys, but let's just try this real quick with Hope, and we'll see how that looks and see if it makes any difference. So just hold on a minute, and I will be right back. Alright. So I'm back. I went to this other skin texture that we were looking at, which doesn't really do well for my character, but nonetheless, just so you could see this, I still am not seeing any real difference. Like, this is the before picture, and then this is the after, and I'm not seeing any real difference here. So I don't really know anything else I can do for this to test this mod. It must be intended for use with something specific, and obviously not this mod that we are trying right now. We were trying, I'll show you the skin texture we are trying here, and it's not as good as my usual skin texture, and that's why Hope looks pretty ragged and pretty pitiful. But let's scroll down. So since we couldn't tell any difference with my usual skin texture from Joe Knows, we tried this one, the Specular Demoniac, because it's high gloss, and I thought it might show up, but it doesn't show up. So unfortunately, I don't know anything else to do for the mod we're trying to test. Which, let me just hop out of this and we'll go show you that, because this is not getting us anywhere. I can't tell any difference. I can't tell that the mod is doing anything. If it was made for a specific skin texture, it would be nice if the mod said so. I'm not gonna, there's so many different textures out there, I'm not gonna run through and try to find which one they're actually referring to. So it's just life, you know. If you don't document in the comments, if you don't document your mod well enough, then, you know, a little ways down the road, nobody knows what you're referring to, and so they don't know what it's good for. So like in this case, I can't really prove one way or the other. Maybe it does work, but maybe it just works for a specific texture and not this texture. So that's life. So maybe it works for that, though honestly I don't see any bronzing there either, so I don't think it, I doubt it. Matter of fact, does this say added no ugly bronze? Actually, they added the fix themselves to that. So I don't know, maybe this was something that was needed when it was originally created, and maybe now people have incorporated this change into their mods so that you don't really need it anymore. For my purposes, I can't tell that it does anything. So that's just life, I guess. So that is the Bronze Shine Be Gone from Male Female Body. I'm gonna call this a testing video. because we're just testing it. Since I don't know exactly what texture they were using and how they were trying to make this work, I can't tell. If it probably does work, it's just meant for something that I can't find. So, you know, it's meant to be used with something else, and it doesn't tell you what that something else is. So, alright, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.